This video is about the movie, the Hallmark movie, Falling Together. I'm going to be looking at my notes. I have my notes right here because it's hard for me to remember every single little thing I wanted to talk about regarding this movie. I also wanted to mention that this post, this video, blog post, video, podcast, whatever you want to call it, is being sponsored by Divine Desserts Publishing, LLC. Check out our titles. We have tons and tons of them. I'll be talking about this one a little bit later. Now, I just wanted to say that there will be spoilers. This is a movie review, so I'm going to talk about the movie as if you've seen it. If you haven't seen the movie and you hate spoilers, I highly suggest that you turn this video off, watch the movie, and then come back to it. But if you don't mind spoilers, listen to this video in its entirety. Now, the movie Falling Together, I believe it was made in 2024, I believe, and it's a Hallmark movie. I just saw it recently, but a lot's been going on in my life, so if I miss any details, apologies in advance. The movie is about a woman named Natalie and a man named Mark. Now, Natalie is relocating to a new area. She's gonna be working at Carnegie Mellon University. And when she moves to this new area, she arrives like 6 weeks beforehand. I honestly don't remember if they really outline why she got there so early. I know you might want to arrive early to get settled in, but that's a big block of time. And I don't remember her having any friends. I know she alluded to that later on, like when she was young, she didn't have friends, and I'll touch upon that later. But I don't remember like a sidekick or like someone that she was really close to. I think she does talk to one of her parents later. I think it's her dad on the phone or through FaceTime or something. But I don't really think she had a close girlfriend or anything when she moves away. I'm not remembering that. So she arrives at this place where she's going to be living. It's like an apartment complex, and she makes it her mission to be friends with everybody in the complex. And a lot of the people in the apartment complex don't get along. And since Natalie is not working, she has a lot of time on her hands. And that was the only thing that I could think about that would justify her behavior. I thought this movie was good. Some of the parts were kind of emotional for me, like when they did the Alzheimer's walk, and I'll talk about that later. But I still felt like there were parts of the movie that didn't really resonate with me because I couldn't imagine somebody doing that or going to such extremes in 2024. Because when she first gets to the apartment complex, she meets Mark. Mark is the person, he's the hero of the movie, for lack of a better word, the love interest. But it's not really apparent that he is a love interest at first. But he's a grumpy superintendent of the building, and he goes by the rules, and he knows about all the problems that all the people who live in the apartment complex, all the people who live there, that they're having with one another. I'm not even talking about problems with like plumbing or heating or, stuff that a superintendent would deal with. Hold on a second. I got to turn my fan on. He doesn't really, he knows all of the problems that these people are having. They don't get along. They argue. There's different, like, little groups of people that just, don't get along. And so she goes to him, Natalie goes to Mark, and she wants to take matters in her own hands and make everybody one big happy apartment complex. And he said that's not going to happen, but she's determined to do it. She has a chili cook-off, not chili cook-off. She cooks chili, and she wants to have like a party in her apartment where everybody can come and have chili and, get to know one another. So she she does all this work to make this chili and make this party, do this party preparations for the apartment complex, but nobody comes. And later on, she figures out, oh, signs aren't allowed. You can't put up a sign, because she put up a sign inviting everybody and someone took it down, because the homeowners association, they have really strict rules and you're not allowed to hang any signs. So she wasn't aware of it at the time. And then she makes muffins. She'll make muffins and stand outside the apartment complex, giving the muffins away to the when they come out of the apartment. And a lot of the people who live there, they don't want the muffins because they think that they have to pay for them. And she goes, no, they're free. She's trying to do it as a community effort for the complex, but it backfires. So Mark is like on her case about trying so hard, but he sees that she's not going to give up. So when he sees that she's not going to give up, he agrees to help her only if she does some stuff for herself, because she seems to be doing all this stuff for other people to make them happy, but he feels that she should be doing stuff to make her own self happy. What I didn't like about the first part of the movie, where she's trying to reconcile all the neighbors and get to know all the neighbors, I felt sorry for her, because it felt like she was being too pushy. And I just couldn't picture somebody doing all of that in this day and age. I could see something like that happening. I don't know how many of you ever watched the Andy Griffith show. That old, it was made, I think, in the 50s and 60s, maybe. I think the 60s or something. I watch it on TV Land all the time, and I've watched the whole series, and I really like it. What she was doing to reunite everybody, get everybody together, the muffins, the chili cook-off, and she does other things as well, like with Mark's help, to get people like the feuding twosomes. There's the feuding twosomes and threesomes or whatever. She even when Mark helps her, she does other things on top of the chili and the muffin thing that she did to get these people to be happy and reconcile. It reminded me of something that they would do like back in the 50s, maybe like a small town thing, not something in the city. And it was very time consuming. I'm thinking another thing I wanted to mention about her not working. She arrives like 6 weeks before her job starts. I guess this enabled her all this time to do all of this, because if she was working full time, if she was working 40 plus hours a week at Carnegie Mellon University, I don't think she would have had the time or the physical or mental energy to do all of this if she were working. So I think she just had too much downtime on her hands, because I thought it was a little bit excessive as to what she was doing. And I was kind of off. It was kind of off-putting. I didn't really start getting into the movie until like maybe midway, like when Mark starts helping her, and then she does reconcile some of the people. And then when her and Mark kind of start getting attracted to each other a little bit, that's when I kind of started getting into it. And when Mark takes Natalie to her father's house for a cookout, she learns something about him. She learns why he's so grumpy and he doesn't want to get involved, because when she first meets him and she tells him what she wants to do about reconciling everybody in the apartment complex, he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And she finds out why. She finds out that he actually had an incident that happened when he was 18, because his dad used to be the superintendent of the building when Mark grew up in the building, and his dad was the superintendent. And so there was an incident that happened, and his dad lost his job because Mark did something he wasn't supposed to do, and it was superintendent related, something to do with the master key. He gave the master key to somebody to their apartment, and the person lived there, but they shouldn't have been allowed in there because they ended up robbing the apartment mate. And so his dad lost his job because of what Mark did. So that's why Mark says he shouldn't get involved. So that gave some insight as to why he acts that way. Natalie said she grew up and didn't have many friends. She was alone a lot, And so now that's probably why she goes overboard trying to make friends. So I still thought it was a little excessive. Now, I did enjoy how she was helping with the Alzheimer's. And at the end, the Alzheimer's walk was where everybody comes together at the end. That was a heartwarming moment to see them all come together for a cause. So, overall, this movie is not one of my favorites, Falling Together. It's kind of cute. It's kind of enjoyable. It does get a little bit emotional, but to watch it, you have to watch it, you know, from the beginning to the end, like maybe about midway through, you'll be able to, about midway through the movie, you'll see, when you see the attraction between them and see them working together, that's when it started resonating with me. Beforehand, when she was running around the apartment complex trying to get everybody together, that was kind of off-putting for me. But that's just my opinion. It might work that everybody has a different opinion, because in movies, kind of like books, it's a matter of opinion. One person loves it, another person hates it. So it's a cute little movie. Give it a try, but it's not one of my favorites. So, and on that note, Rocky Road Dreams. If you like romance movies that are Hallmark style, check out Rocky Road Dreams. I wrote this book. I wrote Rocky Road Dreams, and it is phenomenal. You'll love it. I'm not just saying that because I'm the author. It's a good book. It's an awesome book. It's gotten tons of reviews on Amazon. If you look, all of my books have combined thousands of reviews, 5 stars, either reviews or ratings. So check out Rocky Road Dreams. The reason why I'm recommending this particular book is because the two characters live in they're in close proximity with each other. Like, they live right across the streets. They're neighbors, somewhat like the people in Falling Together. And it's a romance. It'll keep you interested till the end. There's a little bit of a mystery in there as well. And they find out about themselves. Sometimes it takes someone else for you to discover more about yourself. So this book is just one of my favorite books that I've written. I've written tons of books, but this one is one of my all-time favorites, and I highly recommend it. It's on Amazon, and it's available audiobook, ebook, and paperback. So check it out and tell your friends. And again, this blog post is sponsored by Divine Desserts Publishing, LLC. That's my publishing company that publishes the novels. So thanks for listening to this, and I hope you have a great day.